When Dyson makes something, it grabs attention, and the On Trac headphones here are no different. With big round ear cups that look like wheels or turntables, they definitely scream, "Notice me." Kinda like the previous Dyson foray into audio, the dual headphone air purifying Dyson Zone, which critics called too heavy, overpriced, and impractical. Dyson apparently didn't disagree since it killed those off earlier this year. So are the new On Trac headphones the successor or the next in line for planned obsolescence?
In this review, I've been loaned a pair of Dyson ONTrac headphones to test out. I'll talk about the fit and the comfort, the sound quality, and the special features, as well as I think they might be worth the hefty price, $499 US or $699 Canadian. I'd like to thank Dyson for the short-term loan and let you know that the company had no input into my review.
Since my headphones are on loan, this unboxing experience might not be the most pristine, but don't judge the headphones based on that. Inside the box is an elasticized hardshell transport case. The headphones are sandwiched inside, along with a small box holding the 4-foot braided charging cable. There is no plug included, which at this price point does feel a touch cheap. The On Trac slimline case lives up to its name. It does remind me a bit of the Apple AirPods Max case in that it doesn't provide all-around protection and it will let dust and dirt get in, but this case at least compresses flat when it's not being used, which is a big help inside a travel bag. To pair your On Trac headphones, install the My Dyson app, hold the power button on the left ear cup for 5 seconds to enter pairing mode, and then select your headphones from the Bluetooth menu on your phone or tablet.
I will warn you that it appears you can't simply set these headphones up without tying in the Dyson app and without having to have the headphones plugged into power. I tried my setup on an airplane and I had to dig out the cords and cables out of my carry-on bag and update the app before the flight took off. I definitely recommend getting these set up in the comfort of your own home before you try them out anywhere.
If you already own a Dyson product in the house, I think you'll find the On Trac right at home with its industrial aesthetic. These are over-ear headphones with a rather flamboyant, closed-back design. It gives off the same vibes as those 80s sci-fi movies that take place in a futuristic setting. Dyson put a lot of design emphasis on customization and personalization with these headphones, and you can swap out the ear cushions or the outer caps or both with other colors, and Dyson has about 2,000 different color combinations.
Of course, you do need to spend extra for that privilege, although it is nice to see Dyson put another fresh spin on things.
Weighing around 451 grams, the On Trac feels chunky and the frame is entirely made of metal. The weight doesn't tell the whole story though, since I read Dyson repositioned the pair of lithium-ion battery cells into the side pads on the headband, which are more stiff than they are plush, but this does help them feel maybe a bit more balanced across your head.
But does that make the Dyson ONTrac headphones more comfortable? Like just about every pair of headphones in existence, the answer is always going to depend on your own head size and shape and your personal preferences. The overall weight of these headphones is kind of noticeable while you're wearing them.
Aluminum covers the outer ear cups. These aluminum parts do catch major fingerprints. Since mine are a loaner pair and have been through several sets of hands, the smudging and muckiness is quite noticeable in person, though probably a little less so on video. And though I'm not sure how many previous testers have been using these, there are multiple small scratches that are noticeable on the metal cups already. I am worried that speaks to the overall longevity of the finish.
Some folks like their headphones with physical controls, while others prefer touches, taps, and gestures. Dyson split the difference here and went for what I guess you could say is a mixed setup.
The left ear cup has a single button you can hold for 2 seconds to power on or 5 seconds to initiate Bluetooth pairing. The right ear cup features a joystick style button that you can flick up or down to adjust volume, or left and right for track seeking. Pressing the button predictably serves as your play pause, while a long press will activate a voice assistant. Despite its small size, it's actually quite effective and easy to find when feeling around. Switching listening modes is a different story though, as you have to double tap the outer ear cup to swap between active noise cancellation or transparency mode.
In my testing, I found this almost never worked on the first try or the 5th. It's supposed to work on both the left and the right caps, but I found, particularly it seemed if I didn't have the app running in the background, that this didn't work well at all, and that was both annoying and disappointing.
I'm really glad to report the sound quality on the Dyson ONTrac headphones is outstanding. They're quite well balanced and sound really well tuned. The bass is nicely warm without being boomy, and the high end deftly avoids being buzzy. If you don't love the sound profile, you can make EQ adjustments within the app using the custom feature, which allows you access to a bunch of different EQ settings. If you don't feel like fussing, choose one of the preset modes, including enhanced, bass boost, and neutral. The differences here, though, are subtle.
When it comes to the active noise cancellation quality, Dyson dropped 8 microphones in here, which listen for external noise and then digitally blocks that sound from reaching your ear. You can, of course, swap from noise cancellation to transparency mode if you do need to hear through your headphones to keep an ear on something.
I was most excited about the noise cancelling for an upcoming flight. While the ANC on the airplane did a great job at cutting out sharper sounds, it actually seemed to amplify the airplane drone. I couldn't hear myself typing or the couple across the aisle talking, but there was a constant hiss of air that actually seemed to go away if I pulled the headphones away from my ears.
It's been a while since I flew with over-ear noise cancelling headphones, but I can tell you this definitely does not happen with a lot of the earbuds I use. If anyone has thoughts about noise cancellation and airplane drone, I would love to hear from you in the comments.
At home, I'm glad to say the noise cancelling experience was much better. It was 100% cone of silence. I like to test the ANC without music playing initially just to test the flex of it, and here I was really impressed with what it could block out without any music to help with the cover-up.
What is surprisingly absent, though, with the Dyson ONTrac headphones is multi-point Bluetooth support. Now, you can connect a second device to these headphones, but doing this is automatically going to kick the first device off and you'll need to repair. I needed to hold down the Bluetooth pairing button for 5 seconds every time I wanted to switch between my phones and then reconnect inside the Bluetooth menu. For a pair of headphones launched in 2024, it feels like a pretty big miss.
Fortunately, Dyson addresses this a bit by offering much easier switching in the My Dyson app. Just pair each device you want to switch between, and then in the app you can tap to select the one you want to use at that moment. Clunkier, but it works. Speaking of the app, you can use it to view your detailed battery life, switch up your ANC or transparency modes, or play with the EQ. Battery life is one of the biggest strengths of the ONTrac headphones, as they can last up to 55 hours with the ANC on. It takes about 3 hours to charge, and a 10-minute quick charge can give you about 2.5 hours of playback.
With that said, it is not among the longest in headphones.
I just reviewed the Marshall Major 5, and that pair offers about 100 hours and costs about a quarter the price. Oh, and it also offers Qi wireless charging by sitting it on its side. Just saying.
So while 55 hours should be lots for some users, it doesn't really seem like Dyson is innovating very strongly here.
To conserve battery, the ONTrac headphones also have sensors which will pause playback immediately if you take the headphones off and set them down. They'll intelligently resume when you put them back on, and I'm glad to report this worked flawlessly. The headphones will also power off after 30 minutes of an activity.
Overall, I think these are a pretty cool first attempt by Dyson on the headphones front, but just a year on and maybe they already feel a little bit outdated. Let's go over both the pros and the cons so you can see if these headphones might be right for you or if you should hold out for a generation 2.
On the pro side, I quite like the design and I think it's really unique and chic. I found the headphones to be extremely comfortable and particularly well balanced given their size and bulk. The sound quality is enough to make angels cry. It's a gorgeous soundstage and everything I listened to felt magical. The noise cancellation is pretty good everywhere except on the airplane for me, and I found the auto pause worked really well. On the downside, I found the on-ear tap controls for switching between modes completely broken. 90% of the time for me, it just didn't work. Now, granted, you can get around this by controlling the headphones using the app, but for me, this is a bit of a red flag. There's also no adjustable ANC or transparency, which a lot of headphones are offering today. The metal ear cups seemed prone to smudging and scratches, and there's not really any multi-point connectivity to speak of. And while the battery life is pretty great, it's not class-leading like I'd expect from Dyson.
Overall, I have some very mixed feelings about these headphones that I guess I could sum up like this. It's a decent first crack for Dyson. If you're a Dyson fan and you're looking for headphones that are going to make you stand out, you will definitely love these despite their shortcomings. For the rest of us, I think there are too many downsides and quirks to justify the incredibly high price. For that reason, I'd recommend checking out some other options, at least until Dyson launches a Gen 2 upgrade. The Dyson ONTrac headphones here sell for about $4.99 US or $6.99 Canadian. And if you would like to see some other premium audio options, I really enjoyed the Sonos Ace, or see what Bose has to offer right now.